All right, today I'd like to give you some real estate data on Jupiter. All right, even though we're in the month of September, this data is going to be from July. It's always 30 days back because of the time it takes to compile and put it together, and closed sales have to be entered in. I separate the data out between single-family homes and condos and townhomes because the markets are completely different and distinct from one another. I like to focus on the year-over-year versus the month-over-month data, so that's the numbers that I'll be running through. All right, let me go ahead and get the single-family homes data up here. Okay, under single-family homes, closed sales from 67 down to 61, or off 9% year over year. Not a terribly bad number, but as we kind of scroll on down, you'll see that the picture changes a bit. I prefer to use median sales price, not the average sales price. One $30 million sale can really bring the average up, which is why I think the median is a better number to track. So from 875 to 1.125, or up 28.6%. So the median sales price has risen. Really important to note for both buyers and sellers. Percent of original list price received from 93.8% down to 91.2%, or down 2.8% year over year. This is why it's important. This is going to tell you how much of a feeding frenzy buyers are having. If you see that number up as close as you can to 100%, it means that whatever a seller lists their price for, a buyer's coming in and paying. So here I think you're seeing that buyers are negotiating a bit more, and there are more price reductions than there were this time last year. Median time to contract. This is really important if you're a buyer or a seller, but more so if you're a seller, in my opinion. From 24 days up to 64 days, up 166.7%. So that's the amount of days that it's taking for a property to go under contract. So for sellers, this is to let you know that what was taking 3 weeks before is now taking 6 or 7 weeks. So you have to expect that your property is going to be on the market longer right now than it was this time last year. Inventory of homes for sale, 245 in 2022, 173, down 29.4%. Here's why that's super important. If you're a buyer, it means you have 29% fewer choices of homes for sale right now than you had this time last year. Conversely, if you're a seller, it means you have a lot less competition now than you did this time last year. Fewer homes for sale mean theoretically it should be easier to sell your home, right? Months of supply of inventory from 3.2 months down to 2.4 months, down 25% year over year. We consider a balanced market to have 6 months of inventory, which favors neither buyers nor sellers. This number alone is going to tell you we're firmly in a seller's market for single-family homes. All right, let me give you a little commentary on what I'm seeing. Take a look at this median price. If you're shopping for a home and you're below that median price, you're still going to have a lot of competition. If you're a seller trying to sell a single-family home below that median price, it's still an extremely healthy market for you. Now, naturally, as you go up in price, it takes longer to sell those homes. The higher priced home, the smaller buyer pool you have, logically speaking. So you also kind of have to know, how does this data relate to you relative to the price that you're buying or selling at? And I can dig in really deep and get very granular on the data, whether that's down to zip code, price point, everything else. If you have a specific dollar amount or area that you're looking at and you want some more data on it, feel free, call, text, email me, and I can kind of work some up for you. All right, let's switch over to condos and townhomes. Closed sales from 60 down to 51, down 15% year over year. Median sales price, $505,000 down to $495,000, or down 2%. Now, let's pause here for a second. Right now, the median sales price of a single-family home in Jupiter is $1.125 million. Median sales price of a condo or a townhome in Jupiter, $495,000. If you're trying to buy in Jupiter and you're constrained by budget and you're trying to stay on the lower dollar side, looking at these two numbers is going to tell you you should probably be looking at condos and townhomes because the single family home market is probably going to be too expensive for you. So just something to keep in mind when you're kind of doing your overall search. If you boil it down, then what that says is for the same dollar, you're going to get more in a condo than you are in a single family home, right? All right. Percent of original list price received from 97.3 down to 95.3. So you are seeing a little bit of negotiation. Median time to contract from 16 days up to 36 days, up 125%. So same thing that we saw in single family homes. It's taking longer to sell your property when you put it on the market. Inventory of homes for sale, 131, up to 140, up 6.9%. Months of supply from 1.9 up to 2.5, up 31%. Now, this also firmly seller's market, right? All right, so a lot of the same data that carries over from the single family home market is pushing through onto the condo market, right? If you're a buyer, it means, you still don't have a whole lot of wiggle room. If you're a seller and you're thinking about selling right now, honestly, it's a pretty good time to put your house up because there's a lack of inventory. At some point, if that dynamic changes, prices remain level, inventory goes up, it means it's going to take you longer to sell your property. So decent time for sellers right now. Buyers, you still have to pick and choose your spots, but you really can't sit on the fence if there's something that you like. I hope this data helps you. I'm going to do it monthly for you. Again, if you want anything more granular, please feel free to call, text, email me. Or of course, if you think about buying or selling a home in Jupiter, love to talk to you. Take care.